Yeah, he's been fine. I obviously was a little bit concerned when he kind of went down in the first half, but he was fine. He was able to get back in the game, and I think he feels good. He's gone through everything in practice, so I think he's doing pretty well.
Is his increased minutes from the regular season to the postseason? Do you think that kind of plays into him having more encounters where he's gonna have more bumps and bruises along the way?
Yeah, I think anytime you're out there more minutes, there's always more of an opportunity to have bumps and bruises. I think that's only natural. But I think some of his stuff that he's dealing with right now is probably, going through a long season. He's dealing with his thumb, but I don't think it's anything too serious. It's just something that probably gets aggravated here or there. I think Steven's held up pretty well so far, and I think physically he feels pretty good.
Have you had to hold him out of practice? Or?
No, he's been fine. No, he's gone through everything. We haven't had to sit him out at all, which has been good, and he's done work after practice. So I think he's feeling pretty well, pretty good.
It seems like you're big on putting the emotion of the playoffs to the side and as you said, focusing on the truth. As you looked at the film of games 1 and 2, what's the truth in your mind about what you guys got to do?
Well, the game going back and forth in the first half, clearly in the second quarter to close out the half, those last 2 minutes were, it got away from us a little bit. I think we were up 1 point. We fouled a 3-point shooter. We took a couple difficult shots. We had a couple turnovers, and they closed the half very, very well. So being up 1 there with a little over 2, we go in the locker room down 8. And then I thought to start that third quarter, we had some defensive breakdowns and mishaps, and then obviously the lead plummeted or I shouldn't say plummeted, but exploded to 20. So, there were some things inside a very, very short period of time that we needed to do a better job and clean up. But I thought there were some things that we did very, very well. We just had some moments there where their explosiveness offensively really got away from us, and they went on some really, really terrific runs.
What did Golden State do to flip the rebounding situation in Game 2?
I think they did a great job. They were very, very physical. They were very aggressive. They went to the backboard. I think if you look at the stat sheet, they won the turnover battle. They won the free throw line battle. And then obviously the big part for us was the rebounding, because we've been such a good rebounding team. And they had 15 offensive rebounds in the game, and I think going into the half they got back about 50% of their missed shots. So, we've been a good rebounding team. We have to do a better job there. I thought they did a great job of crashing the glass, and then some of those long rebounds on missed jump shots, they did a great job tracking them down.
Are the early turnovers, like in the first quarter, kind of keeping you from not just going to win the game in the first, but maybe making them play behind or whatever? It seems like that's been a problem.
Yeah, there's no question. I think when you do turn the ball over, chances are you are going to have those. If you have heavy quarters of turnovers, generally you're not going to win that quarter. So, again, we've had moments we've done a really good job taking care of the ball, and we've had some moments we haven't done a great job. But the consistency, and that was my point, I think, after Game 1, is we've got to play better and better each game as the series goes on.
Billy, it looked like Kevin had some moments of frustration in Game 2. Today, he seemed to say, "I need to do better. I need to be better." Do you get that sense as he sort of reevaluated and said, I need to get better, or there's some things that you guys as a team can do to sort of help him?
I think as coaches, you're always working on different ways to try to help different players, be effective and efficient. I think for Kevin, listen, he's maybe the greatest scorer in this league. So there's going to be times where he's going to have to make decisions, in crowds and in traffic. We've got to help him as a coaching staff try to be able to do those things. I think the one thing for Kevin is he's very smart and he's very bright, and I think when he looks at film, he always can figure out, okay, what's available, what's open, and what are my options. Sometimes during the course of the game, when those decisions are happening so quickly, they're not as clear as they are after you go through it a time or two.
They have obviously a lot of versatile defensive pieces, but do you feel like more than other teams they really use creative ways to use those pieces defensively, try things?
Yeah, obviously because of their versatility, I think that they can go to different guys, play different people. They can, different guys can guard different guys. We've seen a lot of different things during the course of the year. Steph's guarded Russell, he's guarded Andre. They've had situations where Draymond Green has guarded Kevin, he's guarded Serge, he's guarded Steven. So they have that kind of versatility. They can move a lot of pieces around, and different guys can guard different guys on our team.
What challenges does Draymond present when he can move around like that? He has that freedom.
In terms of offensively?
Defensively.
Well, he's a very, very smart player. He reads and sniffs things out very well. For us, I always believe that, the ball movement, the player movement, and finding the open man is important. Certainly, I think with Draymond, his basketball IQ and his savviness is really, really good.
But he's not really guarding like Robertson. He's free to move. And how does that mess things up?
Well, it doesn't really, because I think, in that first half for us, again, we're up 2. and it really had no bearing on us. You know, we moved the ball pretty well. Actually, we shot a higher percentage in game 2 than we did game 1. You know, I think that, you know, for us, it's just a matter of getting good shots, creating good shots, making the extra pass, and finding the open man. I think there was some times that we did a really good job of that, and there was some times we didn't do a very good job of that.